Welcome to SML Total Access, the official podcast of the Sim Madden League. Now, here are your hosts, ZZ the Great and Primetime 000.
Hello and welcome back to SML Total Access. I am Primetime 000, and with me today, as always, is the man, the myth, the legend. ZZ the Great is back. What's going on, ZZ?
What's going on, Prime? I know they thought we'd never be back, but we are back, baby. We are back for season, what are we,
37.
37. We are back for season 37. Prime Time 000 and ZZ the Great back, Total Access. Get used to it. Here we are, baby.
Hey, Gotham needed a savior. It needed Batman and Robin. I am Batman. He's Robin. So let's go ahead. Let's not even debate that. Let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm
done with my Mai Tais.
So first down. If you guys recall, we do 4 downs in the extra point. So let's go ahead and go to the first down right off the bat. And it's the Super Bowl talk. It's Dan. It's Dookie. Everyone's talking about it. I put some stuff in chat earlier. I said I was going to take some shots at Dan. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and take these shots, and I want to see what I want to see what you think about it, and then I want to hear what your thoughts are on the Super Bowl. So here's the deal. This is a 2-part thing, but Dan, great guy most of the time. He can't take a loss. Dan cannot take a loss, and most people can't, but Dan, a bit of a sore loser. I'm just going to say it, and here's why. This season, Dan had 2 losses. 15-1 in the regular season, then once in the playoffs. So leading up to my game against Dan, there was a lot of trash talk. Dan sent it my way for a few seasons. I was sending it back. So that's fine. All fun and games. And then we played. And it was bound to be some trash talk afterwards. So I won the game. I posted a tweet. I said, I forgot what I even said. It was like silencing him or something. Basically he talked trash and I win, haha, type of thing. And then Dan in chat says, well, I was just going to say good game, but yeah, that's a little uncalled for. He was offended by it. So we moved on, whatever. So now here's the Super Bowl. Yeah. Leading up to the Super Bowl on SML, First and Goal. A few weeks before, Dan's obviously constantly talking trash about Dookie. Dookie talking trash back to Dan. Dan says on the show, he said, NFC is boring. Dookie talks trash, but Dookie needs to get a win to back it up. Then he can talk all the trash he wants, essentially.
Yes.
So what does Dookie do? Dookie beats Dan in the Super Bowl, and Dan comes on, to his credit, on after the game and says, I'm fine with Dookie winning as long as he doesn't start talking trash and say the dawn of Dookie. So, Dan, it sounds like you're fine with talking trash before and after if you win, but if you lose, then you don't want to hear it, and that's not right, and that's just the truth.
Yes, this is not the truth, but this is Total Access, and I get your point. What you're saying right now is, hey, Dan can dish it. He likes the hype and that kind of stuff, but when it's time to take it, it doesn't sit well with him.
Maybe a little sensitive.
But my take from the Super Bowl is this: Dookie played a hell of a game. No matter what anybody got to say about Dookie, you guys can talk about his takes, which half your takes are kind of halfway
whack,
fucking dumb, whack and dumb, Dookie. Yes. Let's get that out.
Yeah, it was dumb.
And but the guys that respond to him and read every single post he does, y'all feed into it. So, but taking all that into consideration, Dookie played a fantastic game yesterday. I didn't see a lot of cheese or a lot of what people would call, crazy play. I seen a head-to-head competition that went back and forth the whole game. Who knows what would have happened in those last 40 some odd seconds, maybe before the big fat finger situation.
Yeah.
But saying that, Dookie deserved that win. Regardless, he put himself in position to win, and he won the game. And I just don't think it's right for anybody to come in and say, oh, it's an asterisk next to it, or he can't come in and talk trash about what he did. He did what he did. He won. He deserves to talk trash. I mean, if you put yourself in that position, you win. The Memorial Day Miracle, Sunday talked all he could talk after that because he got lucky. But I think this is even better than that. Dookie he played. He put himself in position to win, and he won.
I think that the thing is that game was a chess match, and the Memorial Day Miracle, I feel like most people agreed that I outplayed Sunday the whole time, and I just
Definitely
lost in
so.
a fluke. That game
Yes.
was close, and that game Dookie very easily could have won. He very easily could have won. I mean, it took Dan on a last second drive to take the lead, and there were some plays there where Dan made some mistake, Dookie made some mistakes, and it was still neck and neck. So,
And
um,
there was still what 30, 40 seconds left
yeah, 30
for
seconds
Duke to
probably.
come down and at least tie the game up.
So all that said, it sucks that it ends on a fluky play, kind of, but at the same time, that's it's Madden. That's why we play the game, and you know what? If Dan didn't make some of the mistakes earlier in the game, it wouldn't have been that close. Just like if I wouldn't have made the same mistakes I did in the Super Bowl for the Memorial Day Miracle, that wouldn't have even been a problem. So you just got to take it on the chin and press on, and that's kind of it is what it is.
Yeah,
So
take it and go, baby.
let's move on now. Second down. Trade rules. Trade rules. This is something passionate again that I just get fired up about. Obviously, it's because since you've been here forever, and you know
Yes.
my takes on trades have been pretty conservative. Believe it or not.
Yes.
I don't like superstar trades. I never did. I denied a bunch of trades. We had rules that just declined them. And recently, the past what would you say cycle and a half, we've kind of opened up trades a little bit. We've opened up the wall, and
Yes.
in doing so, it's allowed some big trades. It allowed Polly's trade. It allowed my DK Metcalf trade.
Yes.
It's allowed some big trades. And the same people who were like, "Oh, let's allow these big superstar trades," are now crying when they happen. They're like, "Oh, are you sure that's
Yeah.
against the rules?" Or I,
It's over.
yeah,
Duke's gonna win every Super Bowl from here on
yeah,
out. Y'all just gave it to Dan.
yeah. It's
Yeah, I get it.
these trades is so it's like I prefer conservative trades, and maybe we need to go back and look at the rules again and consider maybe tightening things up. I don't know. What's your thoughts on the trades? And I feel like people get upset when things happen when they're not for themselves. You know,
No,
when
no,
it's
yeah,
not to the benefit of themselves.
exactly. Everybody has a different style of management in this game, and a lot of people, you might not agree with how Dookie do things, how this guy does things, and everybody wants to bend the trade routes to their style of play or their style of management. And for instance, this year the trade route screwed me right in the butt because I'm stuck with Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
I can't trade him off. He's I don't know when he's going to retire. He can retire next year, and,
Mm.
and and I get completely nothing for him, and my cap is broken because of the Mahomes deal. So
Yeah.
I have to do something, and I got another little surprise coming up later before draft time. There's another big trade that's going to hit the blocks. Everybody's gonna see, but it's one of those situations where you can't win. You're gonna appease some guys, and some guys are gonna be butthurt about it. And like you said before, the SML has been conservative as far as trades are concerned. Guys do not move around that much in the SML as they do in other leagues. So I think that the trade rules are fine. I mean, I got screwed on it this year, but it just happens. But restrictions are there, and they're there in place to keep things from getting out of control. And maybe they could even, like you said, even be tightened.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it was just a big deal because right before free agency or after like 15 minutes before free agency hit, advanced. Then all of a sudden, two big players come up. People didn't expect that, and it just caused, since you couldn't trade him, it caused this wave. Whereas if you cut him during re-sign stage, no one would have even noticed. Like that's
No, no, no.
so that's just something to ponder on. But
Yeah,
moving
yeah,
to
go ahead.
oh go if that's all I have. But do you have something to
Yeah,
say?
no, 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 no. It's just I was just I was just quoting. I think it might have been even Dookie. It's just like once trade time comes around, tensions are high, emotions get running.
Emotions are
Yeah,
high.
yeah, emotions are
It's
high, baby.
emotional.
And that's just how it is, man. And I think we need to take it for what it is. It's just guys' emotions getting high because the guy in that division is not gonna like it if his guy gets that superstar.
Yeah.
I'm not very happy with Dan getting Kelsey, but I mean, instead of getting blown out by 30, maybe it'll be 50 now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So so there you have it. So moving on now, we're going to third down. Who is next to win a Simbardi in SML Super Bowl 37? Who you got?
Okay, I'm gonna go out here on the limb because I'm excluding Dan, the obvious choices here. Dan, yourself, Prime,
Mhm.
and of course the current champion, the Buccaneers. I'm excluding you three from my selection. Who's next in line?
Mhm.
Okay, now out of those three guys, I would think you will probably win the next Lombardi. But other than that, I'm going with the fan favorite, man, for me,
Mhm.
and the guy that I would like to see finally get the monkey off his back, one of the best players in the SML, and the guy I wouldn't mind seeing win one, and I think that's Meats.
Yeah.
Meats has a team. He's built a team that it's not as great as his other teams have been in the past, but he's built a great team. He plays a great game. People have a real tough time with Meats. But as far as I mean, because there are the contenders. There's Fast. There's Bomber. There's there's one or two other guys that's in that running. But I don't. Out of those guys, I think Meats is the better player.
Yeah, I think that the thing about Meats is
Oh,
years ago.
holding
Yeah,
chair.
he's a folding chair. But years ago, the thing about Meats was his that he was a great GM. And last cycle, we saw that kind of deteriorate a little bit, but he still had Freddie Golden. He had a great pick. Obviously, Lamar Jackson came prepackaged. Hollywood Brown came prepackaged. But he had a
Yeah.
trio. He had a trio there. And no matter how good you were with Madden last year, remember the abilities were retarded.
Yes.
So he was nearly unbeatable. And
Yeah.
not that he wasn't a good player already, but he was good, and that team was great, so that created a monster. This year in the NFC, it's a lot deeper. His abilities are about the same skill wise on his stick skills. That team is not near the same team that it was last year. The Cardinals team compared to the Ravens. Escape artist isn't the same. He doesn't have
Yeah.
that running back. I see. I don't know if Meats is
So
now.
who's your choice?
Yeah, I'm just saying Meats has moved out. He's working. I don't know if he's ever going to win one with the folding chair thing. But I'm going to say I'm saying Washington. If I'm not going to win it, Washington is QP.
Oh, the Washington football team,
He's
Mr.
good.
QB Pierce.
He's good.
Now, Mr. Pierce has claimed that hey, he was the Washington guy when he came in
Mhm.
during the season. Nobody knew his
Yeah.
name. Everybody would refer to him as the Washington football team guy, just like the name of the team. His name wasn't known. It
Yeah.
wasn't kind of relevant in the SML. But now here you go, Mr. QB, Mr. QB. What's his name?
Q Pierce.
Q Pierce. Yes. And now your name's been put out there. Prime has picked you to win the Super Bowl if it's not him.
So there you go. So QP, congrats, you're our preseason Super Bowl champ. Moving on now, fourth down. AFC, NFC. NFC finally gets the Simbardi this cycle. It's now 2-1.
Yes.
What's the better conference?
I think this is the easy one. Um, the AFC is definitely the better conference. I mean, you got guys like Dan Bomber, yourself, and I mean, yes, it's top heavy in the AFC, but we don't really know how top heavy it is because a lot of guys in the AFC have to play these top heavy guys,
Mm-hmm.
these juggernauts of the game, and in the NFC, you got Meats, you got Faz, and you have our current champion, Mr. Dookie. So I'm gonna say definitely AFC has the tougher competition because we have a lot of good talent out there. When guys like Coop and anybody else who's in these divisions are losing like we do,
Yeah.
it just goes to show this division is tough, man. You're on the AFC side of the ball, man. It's hard to get a win.
I think that a lot of people say the AFC is top heavy, which it may be, but I still think it's deep enough. Like if you look at the 5 seeds, like the Giants, Rowan, or 6th seed, excuse me. That's wild card. Rowan Ka, and then the AFC 6th seed was Pauley. In the
Yes,
playoffs, I would rather face Rowan Ka 100 times out of 100 than Coach Pauley because I know Coach Pauley is going to come prepared. He's won
that is
playoff
definitely
games
true.
and he's just ready to go. And Rowan is a mini meats. You know, he does less in the week. Mini meats. That's going to be his new nickname.
Mini meets
And here's why he
Vienna.
less powerful in the regular season, and he does way less in the playoffs. He can't even win a game, so he's mini meats. That's
Yes,
Rowan Ka. So I
yes.
don't know. There's just some
And
teams.
we didn't even mention the New England's guy,
Yeah, Matt's this research.
Matt.
Yeah,
Yeah. He came in third place in the
yeah.
AFC,
He
man.
beat
Out
me.
here with these,
Yeah.
yeah, tough
So there's a lot of good
guys out here,
teams.
bro.
There's a lot of good
And then,
teams.
and wait. What about Woods?
Yeah, we'll just
Woods could surprisingly win the whole thing, and
yeah.
nobody would know that. And then you got NYT.
Yeah. There's gonna be good teams. There's a lot of good teams.
Yes,
So there you go. We're saying AFC. Who you guys taking? That's always we love debating it, but
yes.
anyway, extra
Get the
point.
chat fired up.
Extra point. Here we go. Well, we move past all 4 downs. Now the extra point. We're just here to say SML Total Access is back to regain its spot as the best show on SML Network. We're going to be consistent, we're going to be fiery, and we're going to be the best. And we don't quite know what our schedule is going to be. It's going to be weekly, obviously. We're going to pick out a day here. But, I'm just happy to be back. Didn't feel quite right to do a show without you. I'll probably do that every now and then still, my little offshoot podcast. But it was just like watching Peyton Manning in a Broncos jersey. Just wasn't quite right. So I'm glad to reunite. Do you have anything to say about the
Yeah,
return?
hey man, it was a nice vacation. Like I say, all the Mai Tais are drunk. Um, I've been all the places I've been wanting to go. It's time to get back to work, baby. It's time to get back on the schedule. The total access doing the show rankings was what the second
Yeah.
best rated show out there,
Mhm.
and possibly one of the greatest shows to ever hit the SML. And I'm glad to be back, baby. I'm ready to give you guys that radio show that you love listening to. Pop it in your ear. Listen to me and Prime go back and forth about a bunch of nonsense and just enjoy yourself, man.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yeah, it's great to be back, ZZ. Glad to have you again. If I take a bullet and die, you are the vice president. So just know. So, so,
I'm laying in I'm laying in the grave with you,
uh,
baby.
so there
So
you
hand it to me.
go.
Hand the keys to me.
So there you go. That was ZZ the Great, guys. I'm happy to be back once again. Good to be back. Good luck in season 37, guys, and you guys have a good night.